Hello. We have some coins from Kentucky.
The Great Kentucky Hoard. What does that mean?
A bunch of these coins from a guy who had it in Kentucky, who found this hoard of coins, and within that, my uncle was able to score 9 of them.
A woman walks into the shop carrying a piece of hidden American history. 9 gold coins tied to one of the most mysterious finds in modern numismatics, the Great Kentucky Hoard. These weren't just old coins. They were untouched relics from the Civil War era. Imagine this, pockets so heavy with gold that $100 could weigh you down like a gym dumbbell.
Today I'm here to sell some gold coins from Kentucky. I got these coins from my uncle. He recently passed and he left these coins to me. There are 9 $1 coins within the lot that I brought today. I don't know a whole lot about the coins. My asking price is $18,000.
Each coin was a $1 gold piece, all minted in Philadelphia, and all from the 1800s. During the chaos of the Civil War, paper money became a gamble. No one knew which side would win, and if you bet wrong, your bills could become worthless overnight. Gold was the only safe bet. So what do? You bury it. And apparently, someone did, deep in the Kentucky dirt.
The South won, the Northern paper money wasn't going to be worth anything, and the South, they thought if the North wins, our paper money's not going to be worth anything, and it ended up being that way. The Southern money wasn't worth anything. Probably be a good thing during the Civil War.
The seller wanted $18,000 for the set, but Rick needed backup. Enter Jeff, the shop's go-to coin expert, and conveniently, a Kentucky native. When Jeff arrives, the mystery gets juicier. Turns out these coins came from a legendary find. Hundreds of gold coins unearthed in a Kentucky cornfield. A Civil War-era treasure, untouched for over 160 years, most likely buried by someone who never made it back.
Great Kentucky Hoard, and you're from Kentucky. So if anybody would know about this, you would know about this.
Well, you called the right guy. This is actually one of the coolest in Kentucky.
Jeff confirms it. These coins are the real deal. Common dates, yes, but with an uncommon story. Coins from the Great Kentucky Hoard are hot on the collector market, thanks to the intrigue surrounding them. Historians believe they were stashed to avoid looters and bank burnings. Now they're part treasure, part time capsule, and each one worth around $1,000.
So does the Great Kentucky Hoard on the label make it worth more money?
Absolutely, because these coins that you have here, looking at the dates on them, 1861, 62, 55, I think they would bring probably $1,000 a piece.
Rick knows he's got gold in more ways than one. The coins are rare, desirable, and come with a backstory worthy of a Netflix documentary. He makes his move, offering $7,000. But the seller isn't folding easy. They haggle back and forth until Rick locks it in at $7,400. A solid deal for a collection born from war, secrecy, and a little Kentucky luck.
Pretty good. What can I help you with?
Well, I wanted to see what this gold coin is worth.
Okay.
Some.
Okay. You got here a 1907 St. Gaudens $20 gold piece. Where did you get this?
I got it at a poker event I was running, and one of the poker players gave it to me. I think it was a lucky card guard.
That's the nicest $20 tip I ever seen anyone get.
A woman walks into the shop holding what she thought was a lucky poker tip, just a $20 gold coin. Cool, right? But the second Rick sees it, the game changes. This isn't just some shiny token. It's a St. Gaudens $20 gold piece. A coin so beautiful, it made America's earlier coins look like grandma's leftovers.
I'm at the pawn shop today trying to sell my 1907 $20 gold coin. A lot of poker players are very superstitious, and they like to have, they call it card guards. So these little random items sit on top of their cards, and they believe it brings them good luck. I'm ready to sell it just because the previous owner thought it was bad luck, and I didn't really want to pass that karma on to myself.
Back in 1907, President Teddy Roosevelt wanted to class up the country's coin game, so he tapped top sculptor Augustus St. Gaudens. The result? A gold coin masterpiece. But here's the twist. This version was missing "In God We Trust." That sparked outrage across God-fearing America, leading Congress to restore the motto a year later. That makes this version a short-lived legend.
This is cool. Some people argue it's the prettiest gold coin the United States ever made.
Oh, wow.
Here's the whole backstory. In 1904, Teddy Roosevelt says, you know what? Our coins are really ugly. The Lady Liberty on them just basically looks like your grandma.
The seller hoped to score $1,000, but Rick knew better. Just the gold content alone was worth nearly twice that. And with the coin in near pristine shape, it wasn't just about melt value, it was a collector's dream. Rick, being the straight shooter he is, brings in a pro for backup, because if this coin was what he thought it was, she wasn't leaving with just a lucky tip.
Now the big question, how much you want for this?
I'd like to do around 1,000.
It's in good shape. It looks uncirculated. I really wish I was dishonest and I would give you 1,000 for it right now. It's worth a lot more than that.
Oh.
I mean, the gold in it alone is worth like $1,900.
Enter Sandy, a seasoned expert in American gold coins. The coin is confirmed 1907, no motto, and in uncirculated condition. Only 361,000 were minted, and even fewer survived. Why? Because in the 1930s, FDR banned private gold ownership, and most of these beauties were melted down. The survivors, hidden in walls, floors, anywhere people could stash gold from the government.
Now, these coins were minted in Philadelphia, and they only minted 361,000 of these coins. And we speculate there's about 50,000 that are still left in existence that were uncirculated. Because in 1933, the U.S. government actually made it illegal for Americans to hold gold. The U.S. collected the gold back and melted it into bars.
Wow.
Somebody actually probably hid this in a wall or floorboard, believe it or not.
Sandy gives his verdict. The coin is graded MS63. Not quite mint perfection, but close enough to make collectors salivate. Value? A solid $4,000. For something that was literally handed over during a poker game, that's the kind of jackpot you can't bluff your way into. The seller's jaw drops. Her $20 tip just skyrocketed.
In MS63 state, this coin is worth right around $4,000, Rick. It's a great piece.
That's much better than what I was hoping for.
All right, have a good one, man. Thanks for having me.
Great to see you. Thank you.
Okay, so it retails for $4,000. How much would you take for it?
Could you do 38?
No, and I'll give you $3,000.
All right, that's 3 times what I was hoping for, so.
Okay, I will meet you right over there, and I'll get you paid. Okay?
All right, see you there.
Rick, true to form, cuts the small talk. No games. He offers $3,000, still triple what the seller expected, and she's thrilled. That poker player might have lost a hand, but she walked away with a gold mine in her purse. $20 turned into $3,000? That's what we call a royal flush in the pawn game.
So what do you got?
I've got something here that is more valuable than anything I guarantee you've ever seen in this shop. I have a clump of rupees that were minted in 1702 by the son of the man who built the Taj Mahal. Man's name was Muhyiddin Mohammed Aurangzeb Alamgir.
A guy walks in like he's holding Excalibur and claims he's got the most valuable thing ever to hit the Pawn Star shop. What is it? A clump of silver rupees minted in 1702 by the son of the guy who built the Taj Mahal, Emperor Aurangzeb. This isn't just ancient cash. It's the only known Taj Mahal dynasty treasure recovered from a sunken ship. You heard that right? Underwater treasure with royal ties.
Treasure related to the Taj Mahal dynasty. The reason why I'm here today is because I had these in an auction here, and it did not sell, so I'm coming over to see the guys here, and hopefully they'll open their wallets.
So what can you tell me about these?
They were minted in Surat, India.
These coins went down with a ship in 1702 off the coast of India and were pulled from the depths in 1961 by none other than Arthur C. Clarke. Yes, that Arthur C. Clarke, the sci-fi legend. Before he wrote about space, he was diving for treasure. This wasn't just another random wreck. This was the real deal, with coins scattered like confetti across the ocean floor.
Science fiction, he was an avid scuba diver. When they discovered it in 1961, Clarke and his dive partner Mike Wilson swam over the edge of a reef, and here this shipwreck and all these silver coins were laying out all over the bottom.
This is one of the most well-documented treasure discoveries in history. I've read books about this wreck.
Rick's eyes light up. He's read about this wreck for years. Sure, he's seen a coin or two, but never an entire clump. These coins were headed to the Orient on the spice route when a typhoon said, nope. They sank, but were miraculously preserved thanks to science magic. Basically, they were laying next to iron cannons that corroded instead of the silver.
They were minted in Surat, India, and then were headed on to the Orient along the spice route, but they never made it there. They were wrecked in a typhoon and wound up on a shipwreck there, and they sat underwater for that long. The reason why they're in such good shape is because they were laying up against some iron object, most likely a cannon.
The guy explains he worked on a documentary with Clark in the 90s and got the coins straight from the family, with paperwork and Clark's signature to prove it. Rick's mind is blown. These coins are older than George Washington, and most were melted down or lost to time. But this clump, still fused together and weighing 25 pounds, about 750 coins in one ancient silver brick.
I know it's worth a fortune, but the question is, what does he consider a fortune?
One of the things that still gives me a shiver up my spine is that these coins were minted 30 years before George Washington was born. These were worth a lot of money back in those days because they were silver, the coin of the realm for the common folk.
Rick asks the big question, how much? The seller drops a bomb, $700,000. Rick gulps. Only 3 of these clumps ever existed. Now, after a tsunami swallowed one back into the sea, only 2 remain. This is a museum-tier treasure, and it's sitting right in front of him. But there's a catch. Rick would have to sit on it for years just to break even.
So how much you want for it?
I'd like to get $700,000 for it.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money because we know the rarity. There were only 3 of them in the world. Now there's only 2. Originally, there were 3 clumps of coins. The one that's here in the U.S., one that's in the Clark family archives, and a third that was in a museum.
Rick wants it bad, but dropping $750,000 on a single item? That's not a risk. It's a possible trip to bankruptcy court. He offers $200,000, tops. The seller declines. Rick gets it. It's rare and priceless, but he's got to think like a businessman, not Indiana Jones. Sometimes even sunken treasure is too rich for the pawn game.
Staying at a price where I can sell it quickly and make a profit. All I can do now is make an offer. I want to give you $200,000 for it.
200?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that's, I could go a little bit more, but it's not going to be much. That's what I could do. I mean, there's some things even too expensive for me.
I respect that. I gotta hold out for more.
The deal sinks, just like the ship that carried the coins. Rick's bummed, but a little relieved too. If he had bought it, he'd probably have to explain to the old man why he just spent $250,000 on silver bricks. And let's be real, that conversation would have been more brutal than the typhoon.
What do you got?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Throw this up here.
I have a unique coin, a mule from 2 different countries.
So what we got here is a coin with the one side from one country. It comes from 2 different animals. That's right.
A guy walks in with what looks like an ordinary coin, but plot twist, it's a mule. Not the animal kind, but a mule coin, meaning it's got 2 different countries stamped on either side. Tokelau on one side, Cook Islands on the other. Rick's brain does a backflip. It's either a wild minting mistake or someone at the coin factory had a very weird day.
Definitely weird. Either it was a mistake or on purpose they did this. Where did you get it?
I got it from a dealer. I thought it was phenomenal because it is unique.
I've seen, there's a million different errors. Do you think they did it on purpose?
The seller claims it's a die error, like someone put the wrong top on the coin sandwich press. And for that happy accident, he's asking $100,000. Rick's interested but skeptical. He calls in his coin whisperer, Jeff Garrett, who's like the coin-collecting Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Pressed down on top of each other. Obviously, one of the dies was in the wrong spot. Right. How much do you want for it?
I'm looking for $100,000.
Okay.
Because it is unique.
Unique doesn't equal money. Okay. My buddy Jeff Garrett is here.
Jeff confirms it's a private mint job from Liechtenstein, legal tender but not circulated. And yeah, it's the only one known, which makes it cool. But Jeff brings the truth, rare doesn't always mean riches. No auction record, no previous sales, aka no receipts to back up that 6-figure ask.
Hey, Rick, I got your text. What can I do for you?
You can figure this out.
Oh, that might be tough. I always like a challenge, though.
It's definitely different.
Yeah? Well, tell me a little bit about it. What do you know?
It's from 2 different countries, Cook Islands and Tokelau.
Okay.
Rick's not biting. No matter how one-of-a-kind it is, his buyers aren't throwing down $100,000 for a niche coin. His advice? Auction it and roll the dice. The seller thanks him and dips, hoping for a collector with deeper pockets, or just a love for coin oddities.
How you doing?
Good.
So what exactly do you have here?
It's called a Middleton token. It was struck in Britain. A couple of things attracted me about this one. It's 1796, and it references Kentucky, but Kentucky wasn't a state until 1790.
It's not a coin.
Next up, Chum meets a guy with a coin from 1796 that shouts out Kentucky, back when it was fresh on the scene as a U.S. state. But it's not a coin, it's a token, likely made for promo purposes. Seller's asking for $25,000. But hold up, Jeff Garrett's still around, and he's from Lexington, so this one hits home.
What are you looking to get for the token?
I'd like to get $25,000.
Okay, well, my coin guy is here right now. Let me get him over here to help out a little bit on this.
Sounds great.
I have this beautiful token here.
Jeff goes full history mode. The Middleton token was created by a guy trying to start a British settlement in Kentucky, but the British government wasn't having it. Dude got locked up for treason. So yeah, this token has serious backstory heat. And rarity? Only 15 to 20 are known.
Treason, and then he spent 3 years in prison for it. So that ended his settlement idea. He got a lot of hot water for a lot of reasons.
All right, the big question, Joe. What kind of value does this token have?
This token is very, very collectible. It's part of all the early, probably only 15 to 20 known of.
Jeff says he's seen them go for $30,000, but the one here isn't graded or certified. Chum offers $15,000. Seller won't go below $20,000. No deals made, but respect is shown. Another day, another piece of history that walks in and walks right back out the door.
Cointastic, what do you have today?
I've got a great coin I think you'll like.
Okay, what do we got?
This is a 1797 half dollar.
That is something special. So this is the coin where the eagle on the back looks more like a turkey?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not the most majestic eagle ever produced by the U.S. Mint.
Yes, not a really strong...
Rick greets Mr. Cointastic Jeff, and the man's brought a 1797 half dollar, a coin so rare it's basically the unicorn of early U.S. minting. But the eagle on the back, less bald eagle, more Thanksgiving turkey. Rick roasts the bird design, but he's clearly impressed. Only 300 of these coins still exist? Now that's legendary status.
Here's 1796 and 1797, and it's one of the rarest type coins of all United States coins. There's only 300 known to exist. I'm asking $200,000 for the coin. I'm willing to negotiate a little bit, but not very much, because I paid pretty close to that for it.
This is really amazing. 1797 United States half dollar.
Jeff's asking a cool $200,000, and he's not playing. He paid nearly that much himself. Rick drops some Founding Fathers trivia. When this coin was minted, the U.S. Mint had barely started, and most of these early coins were melted for their silver. This one survived over 225 years, and it still looks good. That's collector catnip.
There was no mint. We had to make them all. But when this coin was made, no one uses American coins. So a lot of these really early coins, they just melted it down to silver value. I imagine 80% of them just ended up getting melted down eventually. This is called the draped bust. This type of coin, they made 4,000-ish?
Just a little bit less than that, 3,918 to be exact.
The negotiation dance begins. Rick counters at $170,000. Jeff pushes back to $190,000. They tango through numbers like it's a Wall Street showdown. Finally, they shake on $185,000. No pawn counter needed. They're sealing this deal in the back office, where the serious money changes hands.
You know what? I'd rather make $5,000 instead of making nothing.
Okay, I think that's great.
So, $185, we got a deal?
Sure, I'll sell it.
Normally, we go to the pawn counter, but let's just do this in the back office.
I agree.
This thing definitely cost a pretty penny. Came in earlier with two amazing pieces of American history. A half Disney coin and a Libertas Americana medal.
Rick barely catches his breath before another seller walks in, this time with a 1792 half Disney and a Libertas Americana medal. These babies are straight out of Hamilton's dreams. Seller wants $800,000 for the pair, so Rick calls in coin guru Jeff again before draining the shop's entire bank vault.
After by collectors. The seller is asking $800,000 for the. Before I damn near drained the bank account at the pawn shop, I need someone to come in here and take a look at it that knows a lot more about this than I do.
Oh, I was pretty excited when you called. These are amazing. I think one of the really great things is both of these coins are really closely tied with the Founding Fathers.
Jeff drops a bombshell. Thomas Jefferson himself bought and used half-disms. That's not just a coin, that's a pocket-sized slice of American history. And the Libertas Americana medal? A French-designed beauty celebrating U.S. independence, with silver versions like this being ultra-rare since most gold ones were lost during the French Revolution.
So, what do you think they would go for?
Well, the 1792 half Disney with the right buyer would probably bring $500,000 to $600,000.
All right, and this one?
The Libertas Americana, I would say for the right buyer for this piece, $200,000 would be about right.
Okay, well, thanks, man.
Okay, I hope that helps you. Good luck. Thanks.
Yeah.
Valuation time. Jeff estimates the half Dismay could go for $500,000 to $600,000, and the Libertas medal around $200,000. Rick's tempted, but he knows if he buys wrong, the shop might be in financial freefall. Jeff believes they'll sell easy. Rick's poker face, solid.
Okay, first off, the half Disney, it's pretty damn amazing. Sure, I'll never hold another one in my hands, but if I was to buy it and then I couldn't sell it, it would put a financial burden on me. So I'm gonna pass on this one right here. I'm just gonna let you know that. This one, I have multiple customers, 40,000.
Rick respectfully passes on the half Dismay. Too risky, but he's vibing with the Libertas medal. Offers $140,000. Seller shoots for $180K. They settle at $150,000. Another mega deal locked in. Papers are signed. Hands are shaken. Chumley jokes about getting his own coin someday. Now that would be priceless.
Coin that is considered holy coin collecting, $20 gold piece. And it was auctioned in 2021 for almost $19 million. Double Eagle is just on the market. See, the most expensive coin in the world. Kind of nervous.
They call it the holy grail of coin collecting. And no, that's not hyperbole. The 1933 Double Eagle, once auctioned for nearly $19 million, is back on the market. Ian walks in carrying the most coveted coin on Earth, and Rick's practically expecting it to glow like the Ark of the Covenant. One coin, one story, one shot at coin collecting immortality.
1933 Double Eagle, $20 piece. Most beautiful coin ever. Teddy Roosevelt thought all of our coins were ugly.
He had a point. He wanted the best. He wanted the best design of a coin.
Okay. And there was an artist signed, literally considered one ever made. That
Crafted during the Depression, the Double Eagle was born from Teddy Roosevelt's dream of making U.S. coins look beautiful, not basic. He brought in sculptor Augustus St. Gaudens, and the result? A literal work of art. But here's the twist. FDR swooped in like a buzzkill, made gold ownership illegal, and ordered every 1933 Double Eagle melted down. Every single one.
1933, FDR becomes president. You know, we're in the Depression. Franklin Roosevelt, he created the gold compass, and basically with a stroke of a pen, he made it illegal to own large amounts of gold. Said that everyone's got to turn their gold and coins and get paper money. The Mint did make some of these in 33.
So how did this one survive? Simple. Shady mint workers, international smuggling, and a touch of outlaw flair. These coins were basically contraband. If you owned one, it was jail time. The US government seized every known specimen, except this one. The lone survivor with legal status. That's not just a coin. That's a felony turned fairy tale.
Got out of circulation, and originally, if you possessed one of these things, you were going to go to jail because the government said they were all stolen.
Yes, the government has taken possession of every coin that's ever come out. This is the only one that they've legalized to be owned.
Only rarity, a lot of times it's the story.
The story.
Back in the 40s, King Farouk of Egypt, a guy who treated coin collecting like a royal sport, bought one and legally exported it. That export license, it's the golden ticket that made this coin the only legal Double Eagle in private hands. But then the coin disappeared into the sands of mystery for decades until the 1990s, and came back with the FBI hot on its heels.
King Farouk of Egypt was the biggest coin collector in the world, and in the United States, for an export license. And mainly because of that export license, was one of the coins, but he had brought it to Egypt, but it for 40 odd years, and it surfaced.
After decades of courtroom drama and cloak and dagger operations, the US government finally waved the white flag. This coin could be legally owned and sold. In 2021, it went under the hammer for $18.9 million, breaking every coin record in the book. Now, the owner wants over $30 million. Rick's got a whale of a client on standby, but this kind of cash, that's Mount Everest money.
Okay. All right. Who's interested? So I need to give, Jeff Garrett, and I want him to look at it.
Sure.
Okay. So give me a few minutes, phone calls. I will be right back.
Great.
The coin.
Wow, that's stunning.
And the guy's not going to be right.
Enter Jeff Garrett, coin expert and industry icon. He calls it what it is, the most famous coin on the planet. Books have been written about it. It's a mint-made legend, and it's in MS-65 gem condition, practically museum grade. No doubt it's real, no doubt it's rare, and no doubt billionaires are drooling over it.
But the most important thing about this guinea coin, it's the most famous coin. There are literally books written about just this.
It was against the law to even be in possession of one of these.
A lot of people don't realize it, but
That kind of exclusivity, it turns collectors into competitors. Rick's client wants to flex with the ultimate coin trophy, and he's offering $25 million, commission included. It's a serious flex, but not quite.
And he's asking $30 million, which is what someone is willing to pay.
Well, one of the biggest change in the last 10 years is billionaires and multi-billionaires have started collecting. The goal is to have a complete set of U.S. coins.
Rick's ready to drop the mic. $25 million. Take it or leave it. That's an offer most sellers would faint over. But Ian, cool as ice. He smiles and politely declines. Because in the world of billion-dollar portfolios and one-of-one relics, $25 million is just the warm-up act. The seller won't budge unless it's over $30 million. That's the price of ultimate bragging rights.
You can name your price and nobody else got one.
Yeah.
Uniqueness makes it very special.
All right, thanks, Jeff.
It was a privilege. Love to seeing it. Good luck, Ian.
Oh,
Rick's not mad, he's actually impressed. He just held the most valuable coin on Earth. And in this game, even touching something like that is a win. The deal didn't go down, but the story? It's a blockbuster. FBI stings, lost treasures, Egyptian royalty. It's basically national treasure, the coin edition.
Look, the coin market has increased, so many new collectors. It is the ultimate trophy. Look, it's a nice offer. I will say, bigger offer on a coin. It's a nice offer, but unfortunately, I can't.
As Ian tucks the double eagle back in its little velvet pouch of secrets, Rick backs away slowly like, yup, not my coin. Hands are clean. But even with no sale, you can tell, that coin just changed the air in the room. And Ian? Still smiling. Because in this world, owning a one-of-a-kind piece of history means you never chase buyers. They chase you.
It's 336 BC before Christ.
The Kingdom of Macedonia, Alexander the Great. One of the coolest guys in history. I mean, like this guy, 19 years old and tries to conquer the world.
Rick's getting an ancient surprise today. A coin from 336 BC. How crazy is that? This isn't just any old coin. This was struck during the reign of Alexander the Great, the 19-year-old conqueror who basically told the world, "I'm coming for everything." Even Julius Caesar wept when he saw a statue of Alexander. Talk about historical icons. So, what's this coin worth exactly? Time to find out.
Be the man Alexander the Great was. I mean, that's how much he was worshipped in the ancient world. So where did you get this?
I got it with a box of a lot of silver and gold coins that I bought.
Okay.
And I actually thought...
The seller got it in a box of other silver and gold coins and, honestly, thought it was fake. But after sending it to NGC, it got the thumbs up for authenticity. Rick is intrigued. The coin's an important relic. A tetradrachm, yeah, try saying that 5 times fast, used as currency in the ancient world. If this is the real deal, it could be worth a lot more than just the silver it's made from.
Incredible, it looks in amazing shape.
For that being that old, it's amazing.
I'm in love with the coin, so how much you want for them?
100 grand.
Okay, because I have no idea what it's worth. The weird thing about, there's so many different variations.
Now Rick's calling in Dave, the ancient coin expert. You can tell Dave's excited, like a kid in a candy store. He goes off on the history. Alexander struck a ton of coins across the ancient world, from Greece to Afghanistan. These coins were the currency of empire building. The seller's coin, though, was struck during Alexander's life in Macedonia, which, Dave says, adds a level of prestige. But how valuable is it?
I don't know how rare it is, I have no idea what it's worth, and I'm sure you can completely nerd out on this.
Yes, Alexander the Great. They don't get any greater.
So what can you tell me about that particular coin? Because there's a gazillion and one coins with Alexander the Great on the front of it.
Dave breaks the news. The coin is not rare by ancient coin standards. It's cool, but it's not the holy grail of ancient coins. It's more like the starter kit for serious collectors. Still, the fact that it was minted during Alexander's lifetime in his homeland makes it a nice collectible piece. He values it at around $500, so it's far from the $100,000 the seller hoped for. But hey, it's a legitimate piece of history.
What's interesting is this particular one was struck during his lifetime. The Macedonian continued to strike officially a long time after he died. It was like the US dollar. I mean, it was so popular, everyone knew it.
Rick has to break it to the seller. The $100,000 asking price is way off. This coin might be cool, but it's not a gold mine. Rick offers $400, a fair price for something like this in the market. The seller doesn't take it well. He's holding out for that big payday and declines. Looks like the deal is off, but at least the seller knows he's not dealing with a fake.
Butchering people all over the world. A fantastic piece. Well, it's not rare. It's by standards of ancient coin, it's common. However, this one, a little more collectible because it was struck during his lifetime.
The seller walks out, and Rick's left holding a cool ancient coin that won't break the bank. But Rick's learned something valuable too. Even a real piece of history doesn't guarantee a fortune. For the seller, it's still a win, because he now has a certified ancient artifact. But Rick's moving on. No big deal, just another day in the world of rare items and tough deals. Rick gives a final chuckle, knowing this is how the pawn game goes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you walk away with a cool story, but no sale. Still, the world of ancient coins will always have its mysteries. For now, the coin goes back into the hands of its owner, who's likely still dreaming of that life-changing offer. But in the pawn world, it's all part of the hustle. Time to move on to the next treasure, or maybe a future Alexander the Great in the making. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Your support helps us grow and bring you even more exciting videos. Plus, hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the latest updates. See you in the next one.